Like every other season, there's so many shows to choose from. And you don't have enough time to watch all of them, but lucky for you, I'm here to take a peek at every single anime that is coming up this season. I'll be giving you guys a rundown of stuff like if I've read the source material, or if I really like the studio that's animating it, or just general, I've heard a lot of hype about this series. I'll be trying to give you guys all the information that I have to help you make an informed decision about what shows you should check out. If I don't know anything about the series, I want to be checking out the preview, any sort of promotional content they have, and letting you guys know if I'm excited for the series, if the animation's bad. And remember guys, this is my thoughts, my opinions on the content. If I say I'm not interested in a series that looks very interesting to you, go ahead and watch it. I'm not here to tell you what you should or shouldn't watch. I'm here to just inform you and give my thoughts. We are two different people. We're going to have different tastes in anime, and that's totally fine. Without further ado, let's get into that list. First up, we have the anime that I am probably the most excited for. It's That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime. If you don't like isekai as a genre, that's totally okay. It's not for everybody, but this one is worth checking out in my opinion. This is going to be the second part of the second season. If you're not on the slime hype train like I am, that's totally fine. You can hop on it at any time. Next we have Kobayashi-san Dragon Maid. This series gets a lot of hype, and I know a lot of people love this series. When the second season was announced, people lost their minds. It's been on my list to check out for a really long time. I just haven't gotten around to it. I've heard that this is probably one of the best slice of life fantasy comedy combinations that are out right now. So if slice of life, dragons, fantasy comedy is your thing, this might be for you. I believe the English title for this one is My Next Life as a Villainess. I honestly have never heard of this. This is the second season, but I don't remember when the first season aired. The first season has like a 7.5 on my anime list, so it had, okay reception. Not great though, but I did watch some of the promotional material, and it's a shoujo, so I'm not really the demographic for it, and it doesn't particularly look like something that I am super interested in. It's another isekai, and since I'm already gonna be watching slime, I tend to not watch a ton of isekai at the same time. For my seasonal anime, I tend to enjoy a diverse range, so this is going to be a pass for me. Just super not interested. Not for me. Next up, we have this. The English name is The Detective Is Already Dead. So I just watched the promotional material right here. It looks pretty interesting, to be honest with you. So based on the reading above, it looks like the main character, this gentleman, bumps into this girl who is the great detective, and she asks him to become her assistant. And then they go on adventures, globetrotting, taking down secret organizations, saving lives, normal anime detective stuff. But what interests me is the name is The Detective Is Already Dead, and in the promotional material they did mention that she's like, I'm not gonna die again without telling you. This is one of those series that I don't really know if it super interests me quite yet, but it's very possible. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait a couple weeks, see if people are really hype about it, see what the people that are watching it are saying, and then go from there. Also kind of judge what else is going on this season, because if there's only one or two shows that I'm actually interested in, I might check this one out. Next up, we have this. The English name is How the Realistic Hero Built a New World Through Realistic Reform, or something along the lines of that. Basically what I got from reading the synopsis is that it's another isekai, so the main character is transported to another world, and he wants to rebuild this world, but not through, combat or war or going on adventures like a normal isekai that we're used to. It's through administrative reform. So I don't know how to feel about that. It kind of feels like Log Horizon a little bit based on what I've read, but I'm going to check out the preview material, see what that looks like, and I'll let you guys know if this is something that I'm excited for. So I was right. This feels very, very similar to Log Horizon. So if Log Horizon is an anime that you enjoy, I would definitely check out this one, because they do seem pretty similar in a lot of aspects. This is another series that I think could either be done super well and be very interesting, or could just be an absolute snooze fest. Look out, because if this is getting rave reviews the first couple weeks, might want to hop on this train early. If no one's talking about it, it might not be very good. Next up, we have Kanojo Mo Kanojo. This to me seems like a pretty stereotypical school love triangle where you have the main male character has a friend from elementary school and have been friends for years, and she finally confesses her love for him, and then random girl comes in and is like, I love him too, and then there's a love triangle. That promotional video was insanely colorful. I mean, visually colorful. In the promotional material, it shows the main male character along with these 4 female characters. Honestly, if the main character and these 4 characters are done well and they're interesting characters, I do think this show could be really popular. Like, even look at their expressions right here. All 4 of them are kind of giving a different expression. It seems like all of their personalities are very different. This could definitely be this season's Nagatoro-san. And what I mean by that is you have people who don't particularly watch comedy, romance, slice of life animes, but they watch it because the characters are so enjoyable or the situation is unique and funny and entertaining to watch. So before I even read anything, it says Bones. Bones is one of the studios that I really enjoy. Bones as a studio has animated Eureka 7, Full Metal Alchemist, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, Soul Eater, Blast of Tempest, Space Dandy, Noragami, Snow White with the Red Hair, Bungo Stray Dogs, Skate the Infinity, a lot of My Hero, and that's not even half of the stuff that they've animated. So out of that list, there's a ton of anime that I really enjoy. So I personally tend to check out most of the stuff that Bones does, at least watch a couple episodes to see if it's for me. So the promotional video doesn't really give much information. It's just a 30-second video showing this giant airship, which apparently part of the series is on this giant blimp airship thing. The story, from what I read, seems like this legendary vampire who hates vampires made the Book of Vanitas, but that's just a legend. But upon this airship, the main character, Noe, I think that's how you're gonna pronounce it, I am not sure, is a young vampire and meets a person by the name of Vanitas, who is a doctor that specializes in healing vampires. But the catch is, seems to be a completely normal human, and Vanitas, the doctor normal human, has inherited the name of the person who wrote the book and the book itself, which Vanitas uses to heal vampires. Now, vampires aren't normally my thing. I've never really been drawn to vampire stories, but this one does seem interesting. It seems like there could be some twists and turns along the way. It's done by Bones, and the source material seems to have pretty good reviews, and people seem to be enjoying it. So I am definitely going to be checking this anime out when it starts airing. I think this could be a big hit. Also, the second season for this is already up on my anime list, as it's been announced that there is going to be a second season. There's no release date for that second season, but that's a really good sign that the second season has already been announced. So this might be a pretty safe bet, because if you do enjoy it, you're at least going to get 2 seasons of content for this series. Next up, we have Jahi-sama. I'm probably mispronouncing that. Unfortunately, there is no promotional video over here for this one. So it looks like the Dark Realm crashes, gets destroyed or something, and Jahi is like the second in command in the Dark Realm, but is trying to revive the Dark Realm from our world in a 1-bedroom apartment, trying to pay rent and just do normal human stuff to survive. So this gives me strong The Devil is a Part-Timer vibes, which is a good thing. I've seen probably about half of the first season, and I did enjoy what I did see. Just slice of life stuff usually isn't my thing. So if slice of life is your thing and did enjoy Devil is a Part-Timer, this might be the series for you. Next up, we have I'm Standing on a Million Lives. From what I could gather, 3 students are transported to a fantasy world. So yes, it's another isekai, but this is the second season for it. So I went on my anime list and tried to see what was the reception of the first season. It has about a 6.4, which is really bad on my anime list. So it seems like the consensus was this isn't super great. From the video I watched, it seems pretty meh. And this is about the 3rd or 4th isekai that we've already ran across, and we're at only number 9. So I think there's a few other isekai that I would probably recommend before this one. But if you did watch the first season and it was totally your thing, Well, congratulations, you got a second season, you got some more content with a series you love. Next up, we have Aquatope of the White Sand. It is an anime original, which I have a thing for anime originals. Since there's no source material, the studio can do whatever it wants with this anime. Unfortunately, this particular subject matter just doesn't seem like it's going to be grabbing me. So the story goes, you have girl A who works in an aquarium. Girl A knows about some secret of the aquarium, and then girl B runs away from Tokyo and her life as an idol, and then meets girl A at the aquarium and asks to work in the aquarium. Then both girls do aquarium stuff to try to keep the secret of the aquarium and try to deal with the looming crisis of the aquarium closing. The animation looks really good, the art and character models look really good. I just don't think the story is going to be thrilling in my opinion, but if slice of life's your thing, this looks really good. Next up, we have a spin-off of The Irregular at the Magic High School. This title is The Honor Student at the Magic High School. So in the parent series, main character was this character's brother. This is a spin-off where we focus on her experiences. The parent story follows basically a absolute genius, and that's why he's the Irregular at the Magic High School. He's one of the greatest magic inventors in all of the world, and his sister, this character, is just kind of in love with him. And overall, it's a pretty enjoyable story. I wouldn't say it's phenomenal or perfect or even legendary, but it's pretty good. It's an enjoyable watch in my opinion. But I enjoyed The Irregular at the Magic High School for the brother character. He was very interesting to me. She was kind of annoying in my opinion. Not a particular character that I would like to be in the series more. I understand that she played a role and was important to the overall series, but now we have a series focusing on her. I don't think I'm gonna enjoy it just based off her. She's adorable, but I just find her character to be kind of annoying. Here we got Remake Our Lives. Basically, you have a 28-year-old person who loses his job and then goes back to his hometown to try to get his life together. He starts regretting the decisions he's made and regretting his current life, and then boom, he wakes up and he's 10 years in the past, right before he entered college. Will he be able to make the right decisions to make his dreams come true? Will he take advantage of this second chance at life? In my opinion, I have seen this story multiple times. Hell, last season you had Tokyo Revengers, which does pretty much the exact same story, but instead of a slice of life comedy, it's with gangsters and delinquents. Way more of a thrilling story in my opinion. I think that if this story didn't come out this season directly after Tokyo Revengers, I think it would have a much better shot, but I feel like a lot of people have seen this story or a story very similar to this literally a couple weeks ago. So I don't think this story is going to get a huge amount of traction just because of Tokyo Revengers. And if this flops, I'm not blaming Tokyo Revengers. I'm just saying people have gotten their fill of a very similar story. I'm just saying that people have gotten their fill of a very similar anime that does the travel back in time. When I say that I am excited for this series, that is an understatement. I have not heard of this series till about 2 minutes ago when I scrolled and I saw this. It's done by Madhouse. I love Madhouse. They do phenomenal work. Then I watched the promotional video and the art is very, very unique. So take a look at this. It's very beautiful and I just really enjoy this art style. I muted it for copyright reasons, but it looks beautiful. Like this particular art style just for some reason really draws me in. You're not going to get a show that is similar visually. And then I read the synopsis of Sunny Boy is a sci-fi survival series with a stacked 36 student cast of characters. Uprooted from their middle school lives, these students end up in another dimension and have to fight to survive. That just seems like a great premise to me. Seems very interesting. I haven't seen a story like this before. And on top of that, it's an original. So Madhouse can do whatever they want with this story and have free reins artistically. It doesn't have the same constraints as a series being adapted from a manga or a light novel. Also, if it's some sort of competition where a student wins or something, you don't have to worry about anyone reading the source material and spoiling it for you. So this series right here, I'm so excited for. I really, really hope that it doesn't flop and disappoint me, because it definitely could happen. but in 12 episodes, I definitely think Madhouse can do a phenomenal job with this. And this might be my dark horse that no one's really talking about so far, but I am excited. This series has been ongoing for a very long time, from before I even started watching anime and manga, and that was a long time ago. And I've heard great things about this series. I've heard that a lot of people recommend it, especially when I was starting out. But for me, there's so much backlog of content to be able to understand what's going on with this. I'm probably never going to get to this point, at least this season. Higurashi has been on my to-watch list for probably a very long time. So if you are a Higurashi fan, boom, another season, congratulations. This anime is named Peach Boy Riverside, which to me, that just screams slice of life, farming, paradise, like not very interesting. After reading what's above and watching the video, it seems like this character is a princess who wants to go on adventures, meets this character who turns out to be some sort of ruthless demon slayer, and then the princess is horrified by the gore, and then the demon slayer leaves, and then the princess just goes, oh yeah, I'm gonna go on adventures now, and then follows the footsteps of said demon slayer person and goes on adventures. So far, I'm not super excited about it. It doesn't seem super unique in the story. The animation seemed decent. I'm interested to see the power system because in the video, it had the different characters with like glowing card symbols, the suits. So one person had a heart, one person had a spade, one person had a club, like in their eye, glowing and like on fire. The power system seems maybe eye-based. I am not sure. I could possibly be interested. I don't know much about the studio. The source material doesn't have very many people rating it or talking about it on my anime list. This particular anime kind of fits in my middle category, where the top ones I'm super excited for, I'm ready to watch as soon as they're out. And then the bottom ones, I'm like, it's either a sequel to a series I haven't watched before, so obviously I'm not going to watch the sequel first, or it's just a series that I'm like, I can't see a world where this is going to be something that I particularly enjoy. I kind of got to feel this one out a little bit after there's a couple episodes. Guys, we got Mappa. Mappa has been on a streak of just hit anime after hit anime. Has been killing it like the past 2 years. So when they said that they're coming out with a sports anime, and particularly a water polo anime, your boy got really excited. I tend to have a soft spot for really good sports anime. Kuroko no Basketball, so good. Haikyuu, probably in my top 3-ish of anime I've seen ever. Haikyuu is phenomenal. So when I heard it's got Mappa behind it, it's going to be an anime original, and it's going to be a sports anime about water polo, I'm all in. I am all in. My one concern is that this series turns more into like the free style of anime, where it's really fan service heavy, but male characters, which particularly isn't my particular thing. I did watch the first 4 episodes of Free, realized, no, I'm not going to enjoy this, and then just dropped it. And based on only 12 episodes, if it does well, I can see this getting a sequel. Wow, everybody, we got another isekai this season. Phenomenal. Exactly what I'm sure everyone wants. This one seems awful. I am going to call this now. I don't think this will get many good reviews. I don't think people will enjoy this. I, for one, am very confident in saying that I will not enjoy this. This is honestly most likely my least favorite isekai this season so far. The video looked very uninspired to me. It seems like it goes very heavy on the comedy, which comedy anime is really usually not my thing. The only way I will watch this series is if so many people are saying it's really good, I will check it out. But otherwise, I'm completely going to write this off and going to forget that it exists. Guys, we got another isekai. We have another one. What is this, like the 6th one this season? 7th one this season? Oh my gosh. So in this isekai, it stars Ryo, a 7-year-old who's trying to get revenge for his mother because his mother was murdered. Then he realized he's actually the reincarnation of a Japanese university student with a tragic past. Then Ryo realizes he has extremely potent magical powers. Then he uses those magical powers to solve a kidnapping case and then gets rewarded by being enrolled into a prestigious school for like noble gifted children. It's another isekai, guys. I don't foresee this one. I think this one might have potential. It looks okay visually. It doesn't look like utter garbage. The story could be thrilling, but it just seems like another dime a dozen isekai. But this one seems like it has a little glimmer of potential. So if people that are watching are really hyping it up, maybe check it out, but I think this might be in the low category of just kind of writing it off. Next, we have another series by Mappa, which the art looks very, very unique. So here's a real quick snippet. As you can see, like, it looks unique. Like, it doesn't look like this art does not look like a normal anime or a very stereotypical anime. It looks unique. I struggled to find any sort of information about the source material. There wasn't really a lot of ratings on my anime list, and there wasn't any discussions, so I don't know if this has actually been translated to English at all. It looks like gods appeared 800 years ago to fight these demons off. Now these gods live peaceful lives and have no real fighting experience, and now the demons are being revived. It seems interesting. It's Mappa, which at this point in time, I'm checking out everything that Mappa touches. Plus, the art looks beautiful in my opinion. So from what's above, the story doesn't seem like anything phenomenal or anything groundbreaking, but I haven't heard a story that actually does this gods, demons, humans trifecta battle the way that this seems like it's going to be doing. So this is definitely something I'm going to be checking out, mainly because it's Mappa, gotta be honest. Alright, I'm going to show you like 3 seconds of the promotional video for this, and it should be all you need to see. Alright, just take a look at this animation. This is vomit-inducingly bad. This looks awful to me. This looks like X-Arms bad, which that animation looks so bad that this could be Berserk being animated in that animation, and it would be bad. Wait, that has happened. Berserk has been animated with that level of animation quality. My prediction is no one watches this because they're going to enjoy it. They only watch it because it's absolute hot garbage and they want to see this train wreck. We have another isekai. Another isekai. Everyone, another isekai. That's what we need. Every season has to have like 10 isekais in it. Otherwise, what's everyone gonna enjoy? It's not like everyone hates all these isekais and no one watches them because they're garbage. This looks like a worse version of the previous show where I talked about it being very similar to Log Horizon. This seems like a comedy version of that. If what is above looks and sounds interesting to you, please watch this. I read this and watched the promotional. I don't care. This seems awful. This seems like a not enjoyable experience to me. Next up, we have Scarlet Nexus. Now, I am actually excited for the game that's coming out for this. I believe this is a multimedia project where they're releasing the anime and the video game at pretty much the exact same time. I particularly want to enjoy this story through the video game. Now, if the video game gets bad reviews and isn't enjoyable or a buggy mess, I will probably check out this because the world seems very interesting. The way I've seen the world, it's a cyberpunk world, but everyone has brain powers, so they call it like a brain punk world, which the animation looks okay. It doesn't look too crazy, but the video game looks really good. If this seems interesting to you, please check out the video game. I think it'll probably be the best place to experience this story. Also, I just want to state that I'm not sure if the game and the anime are going to have the exact same story. I'm assuming it's going to be the exact same story, but I could be wrong. I actually might stream this over on Twitch, which is going to be below. Just a quick plug. This is the second season of an alternate version of Madoka Magica, which the first season of this seemed to not be received very well based on the MAL reviews, as like a 6.7 or something along those lines. This particularly does not interest me in the slightest. I haven't seen the original Madoka Magica, which a lot of people say is phenomenal, so I would much rather watch this than the alternate version, which people seem to have a consensus that they don't enjoy. Alright guys, buckle up, we got another isekai. This one at least seems slightly different than any other isekai I've seen before. The story for this one seems to be the main character has it made in the real world. You know, a real estate empire has enough cash laying around. He doesn't have to do anything for the rest of his life. After a freak accident, dies, transported to this magical world, but instead of being, a prince or the great hero or an adventurer or anything like that, he's actually enslaved by this evil mining company and has to work very hard. It's another isekai. I'm not super excited about it. It's got a slight twist on it, but I don't know if that twist is gonna be enough to keep me interested or for me even to care about it. Here we have Love Live Superstar. Focuses on 5 girls going to a newly created school, so there's no upperclassmen, no one has any reputation, and apparently they do music, and apparently I don't care. I don't care about this. If you want to watch cute girls do music stuff, boom, this is for you. I'm going to call this right now. This is going to be the problematic series of the season. Why, you might ask? Well, the story is a 12-year-old boy is abandoned by his father and then becomes like the house mother to a bunch of college-age women, which in theory doesn't sound bad, but if you see this tag right here, it's got ecchi, and if you see that picture in the preview, the college-age lady has her chest area in the face of a 12-year-old boy. I think some people in this community are gonna have an issue with this, and I think rightfully so. If you had the roles reversed where it's a bunch of college-age men hanging out with a 12-year-old girl, that's gonna be a problem. So I think this is going to be a problem. So buckle up, people. This is going to be a shitstorm. People are going to be very furious about this. I think it goes without me saying, but I'll say it anyways. I will not be watching this unless it's to make content critiquing it and, we need to do better anime and manga community type of tone. All right, I'm going to skip this one mainly because these two kind of make me uncomfortable. I don't like them. I do not know how to feel about this one. This one is called Battle in 5 Seconds After Meeting. The story seems to be the main character is a logic puzzle master, and then he is transported not to another world. Thankfully, at least it doesn't seem to be another world, so thank goodness it doesn't seem to be an isekai, but it looks like all the participants that are transported here are experimented on and given different powers. And it seems to be that the main character is trying to outsmart everyone using his new brain ability. It seems like he is armed with a power no one expects and his brain skills. I don't know what this is. It could have to do with his logic puzzle mastery or something. This could be very interesting because it's dealing with people out trying to outsmart each other. Kind of how Death Note in the beginning was, where you have Light and L trying to outsmart each other. And honestly, that dynamic of Light and L trying to outsmart each other was phenomenal. I was there for it. It was great. So this, if it has the same energy that does, I'm gonna love this and I'm all for it. It seems like the source material has decent reception. I'm excited. I know nothing about these studios though, so that does concern me a little bit, but based on the preview I saw, it looks like the animation seems at least passable. Alright, Nighthead 2041 is CGI. It is animated, the characters are CGI. It looks not good. It doesn't look as bad as the previous anime I mentioned that was CGI, but it does not look good. Part of the preview looked passable, but then there was just scenes in the preview that looked very bad. So I think regardless of what the story is, I think the animation style is just gonna be insurmountable for me. There are very few shows that use CGI that I can watch, that the CGI isn't just exceedingly distracting and kind of pulls me out of the story regardless of how good the story is. There's only been a couple that I enjoy, like Dorohedoro. The story was really good and I didn't really mind the CGI that much. It wasn't super distracting, but this CGI was distracting. I saw it and I was like, that's CGI. It looks bad. I'm gonna pass. I'm gonna pass. This looks like it takes place in a musical drama academy, which pretty much immediately says that I will not enjoy this, but it follows a former idol that's playing a female role actress and a simple farm girl playing a male role. So I'm assuming this is an all-female musical drama academy, and then they separate the girls based on if they're going to be playing the male roles or the female roles in the musicals they do. I don't care. This is this is 100% not something I would enjoy. It's just not my taste. If you want a much better take on this particular anime or anime like it, go somewhere else. I'm sorry. I am not physically capable of giving a good take on this. It's just not my thing. So the English title for this is Fena, Pirate Princess. The story follows Fena, who is a young orphan who is raised on an island where the pretty much only thing you can do is to be used and discarded by soldiers of the British Empire. I'm sure you can figure out what that means, but Fena apparently has a mysterious past that comes knocking, and she will break the chains of her oppressors and then forge a new identity and apparently go do pirate stuff. The animation looked really, really smooth and really good. There was a couple fight scenes in the preview video that I was like, ooh, that looks really good. Hopefully there's a decent amount of fight scenes, and I'm assuming there's going to be, based on this being a pirate story, it seems. But it looks really good. This is an anime original, which I've stated before I tend to enjoy. So I'm actually really excited about this one. I don't know if the story is going to be something that I'm super, super into, but the animation seems good. Its production IG is usually pretty good. I'm interested. I'm interested in this. I'm excited to see where this story goes. All right, we're gonna take a moment. Look at that image. That is not for me. I am not going to enjoy this male idol party thing. I don't enjoy watching female idol shows. Just not my thing. Hard pass. All right, next up we have D-Side. This is actually an interesting case. So this is being released in July, and this is part of a multimedia project where there's going to be a mobile game released in the third quarter of 2021. So I looked into it. The video game seems to be an anime RPG, so I don't know if it's going to be following the same storyline as this, but it'll be released in the third quarter of this year. This is another CGI anime, but I do have some okay news. The CGI doesn't look vomit-inducing. It looks possibly passable. At least in the preview video, the characters moving around, fighting, and doing all the stuff that a character in this type of anime would do doesn't look bad. Doesn't look bad. They could have absolutely cherry-picked scenes that look okay, and the rest of the anime could look like hot garbage, but this looks okay, in my opinion. Looks like this story revolves around the main character being bitten by something and then him having a strange dream. I don't know if he is transported to this other world in this dream or what exactly is going on, but my main concern is the CGI animation. If the CGI animation keeps up to the level of quality that I saw in the preview video, I think it might be okay and might be watchable to most people, but that is yet to be seen. I don't know what this is. This looks... I watched the preview video for this. I don't know who this anime is for. I don't know. You might enjoy it. I don't know. I don't know who would enjoy this though. I'm sorry. Ooh, we're reaching the end, guys. But next we have Getter Robo Arc. This is an adaptation of a manga that is the 5th part of the Getter Robo series chronologically. It doesn't look good. It looks like it's for children. I'm gonna be passing on this. We got another male idol show. Gonna be passing. We made it, guys. That was all the new anime airing in summer 2021. It looks like there's a decent amount that look pretty interesting, but there also seems to be a couple dark horses that seem like they could be sleeper hits. Regardless of how good the anime I just discussed are going to be, we luckily have some pretty good leftovers from spring 2021. Of course, we gotta start the leftovers off really strong. My Hero Academia's 5th season is still going to be airing next season. So if you guys have not gotten on to the My Hero hype train, feel free to hop on at any time. It's really good. I read the manga. The manga is phenomenal. The last couple chapters in the manga have been amazing. I cannot wait to see them animated. Anime only fans of My Hero are gonna be in for a ride. I promise them that. And we have 2 Year Eternity still going to be airing. I've heard amazing things about 2 Year Eternity. I personally have yet to watch it, but it is towards the top of my list of things to watch. We have Shaman King 2021, which I was exceedingly excited for when it was first announced, but it seems to be actually having a not so good reception, as you can see by the 64% kind of meh face. But we're only on episode 13 of 52, so this is going to be airing for a very long time. Next, we have Eden Zero, which I personally have not watched any of the anime, but I read the manga, and I'm enjoying it so far. I've actually made quite a few videos on Eden Zero on my TikTok, which is going to be linked down below. And I definitely think that if you enjoyed Fairy Tail or anything else that Hiro Mashima has done, I would definitely check out Eden Zero. It's personally my favorite work of his. This is going to be still airing. I know nothing about this. Read what's above. I don't know what to tell you. I actually forgot that Blue Reflection Ray was even airing. It's still going to be airing the upcoming season, but I have heard absolutely nothing about this series. No one is talking about it, and that is not a good thing. And then this is also going to be airing. I don't know who this is for. But we also have some amazing movies coming up too. So we got My Hero World Heroes Mission coming out August 6th. At least it's going to be August 6th in Japan. I don't know how long it's going to be till we get it over here in the West. I'm going to guess about a month or two. Same thing as the Demon Slayer movie. But everything I've seen about this just gets me more excited about it. I am so excited. We have a Natsuno Taizai movie or Seven Deadly Sins movie, which I read the manga. The manga's pretty good. I do enjoy it, but this is a film with a completely new story by the original author. So I'm personally pretty excited to check it out. I know that the later seasons of the anime have kind of got a bad rap for having poor animation quality, but you know, this is a movie and they have a bigger budget and more time to animate it. So this might return to the really, really good animation in the first seasons. Whew, and that wraps it up. I did skip over a lot of the TV shorts and most of the movies because I don't have anything to say about them. Overall, this upcoming season seems decent. It seems like it has potential. It doesn't seem like it's going to be a super hard-hitting season with a bunch of really, really requested sequels, but it's got a couple sequels that look really good, a couple anime originals that seem like they have a lot of potential, and a couple of new series being animated that look really good. And of course, 2 Mappa anime in the same season. I'm excited. But thank you guys for watching. I really, really do appreciate it. If you guys can do me a quick favor and hit that like button. Also comment down below what I can do to make these videos more entertaining for you guys. This is my first time doing a video like this, so any sort of feedback would be greatly appreciated. And if you want more of me, feel free to go down into the description. I'm going to have my TikTok, my Twitter, my Twitch, all the good stuff down there. If you want more video content from me, definitely check out my TikTok. I post about 3 to 4 videos every day. Thank you for watching and have a great rest of your day, night, or whatever time it is where you are.